Welcome to Creative Genius Labs. I'm your host, Zane Wild. Today, on Creative Genius Labs, imagine battling near blindness, yet painting vivid worlds with words. In today's episode, discover how James Joyce's greatest challenges ignited his genius, and how you too can transform obstacles into the fuel for your masterpiece. What if the very thing holding you back could unlock your greatest potential? The red crayon trembled in James Joyce's hand as he pressed it against the white paper, his failing eyes barely able to make out the words he was writing. The year was 1939, and despite enduring 12 eye surgeries, he refused to stop working on what would become his final masterpiece, Finnegan's Wake. What drives a man to continue creating when his own body betrays him? What insights might emerge when physical sight dims, but inner vision burns brighter than ever? Dublin, 1897. A teenage boy stands before his peers, clutching an award for Best English Composition in all of Ireland. Young James Joyce's eyes sparkle with determination as he accepts the honor. But beneath that moment of triumph lurks an early sign of the rebellion to come. While his teachers praise his technical mastery, they whisper about the strange, unconventional ideas that pepper his work. You see, even then, Joyce wasn't content to simply write well. He wanted to revolutionize how humans capture the experience of consciousness itself. The first real test of Joyce's conviction came at his mother's deathbed in 1903. As she lay dying, the family priest demanded Joyce kneel and pray. In that moment, you might have done what was expected, what was proper, but Joyce remained standing. This wasn't mere youthful rebellion. It was a declaration of artistic independence that would define his life's work. June 16, 1904, a date that would become immortalized in literary history as Bloomsday. Walking down Nassau Street in Dublin, Joyce spotted a tall, beautiful woman named Nora Barnacle. Their eyes met, their lives entangled. Within months, they would flee Ireland together, choosing exile over conformity. Think about that choice for a moment. Would you leave everything familiar behind to pursue your truth? The irony of Joyce's journey is that as his artistic vision expanded, his physical sight began to fail. The first signs appeared during the writing of Dubliners, his collection of short stories that publishers repeatedly rejected for its unflinching portrayal of Irish life. Each rejection letter became harder to read as his eyes weakened. Yet with each setback, his determination only grew stronger. Between 1917 and 1930, Joyce endured 25 eye surgeries. Picture yourself writing your life's masterpiece while barely able to see the page. During this period, he composed Ulysses, perhaps the most revolutionary novel ever written. He wrote in large letters with blue crayon when his vision was at its worst, refusing to let physical limitations silence his voice. The words poured forth, reshaping what literature could be. This wasn't mere bravado. While the world saw his deteriorating vision as a tragedy, Joyce transformed it into a catalyst for innovation. His compromised eyesight forced him deeper into the landscape of consciousness, where he discovered new ways to capture human experience through language. If you're enjoying Creative Genius Labs, please like, subscribe, and scan the QR code for our free 7-day email course, The Master Creators Challenge. Unlock hacks that make Vinci, Banksy, and Lady Gaga creative giants. Now, back to the episode. The publication of Ulysses in 1922 sparked immediate controversy. The book was banned in the United States and Britain for over a decade. Critics called it obscene, incomprehensible, mad. But what they saw as chaos, Joyce knew was truth, the authentic stream of human consciousness, captured on paper for the first time. Joyce's greatest innovation was the stream of consciousness technique, allowing readers to experience characters' thoughts in real time, unfiltered and raw. This wasn't just stylistic experimentation. It was a radical attempt to capture how our minds actually work, the constant flow of memories, sensations, and associations that make up human consciousness. When you finish this sentence, notice your own mind's wandering path. That's what Joyce sought to capture. Even as his physical world grew darker, Joyce's artistic influence blazed brighter. Writers like Virginia Woolf, Samuel Beckett, and Gabriel Garcia Marquez would build upon his innovations, creating their own masterpieces. His techniques revolutionized not just literature, but our understanding of human consciousness itself. Here's what Joyce's story asks of you. What if your greatest limitation could become your greatest strength? Joyce didn't just cope with his failing eyesight. He used it to develop a deeper kind of vision. When the external world grew dim, he illuminated the internal landscape of human consciousness with unprecedented clarity. Think about your own limitations. What if they're not obstacles, but doorways to innovation? What if, like Joyce, you could transform your constraints into catalysts for creativity? The next time you face a seemingly insurmountable challenge, remember the man who, nearly blind, wrote some of literature's most visually rich and innovative works. His words, once dismissed as chaos, became the lens through which we now see the depth of our own minds. The question isn't whether you'll face limitations, you will. The question is, how will you transform them into your unique contribution to the world? On the next episode of Creative Genius Labs, James Joyce wrestled with societal constraints, bending language itself to capture the raw, unfiltered truth of the human experience. But what happens when the very mind meant to liberate you becomes your prison? This week, we continue our exploration of visionary writers who dared to challenge the status quo, but at a devastating cost. Imagine a world where brilliance and madness dance a dangerous tango, where the pursuit of artistic freedom leads to a battle with one's own sanity. Prepare to meet a literary giant who, armed with stream of consciousness, fearlessly plunged into the depths of the human psyche, leaving behind a legacy of groundbreaking work and a haunting question: how much is too much to sacrifice for your art? Please like, subscribe, and scan the QR code or follow the pinned link to get our free 7-day email course, The Master Creators Challenge. 7 days, 7 creative legends. Unlock your inner creative genius using the secret tactics of history's most revolutionary artists. Click the video that just popped up to watch the next one in this series. Or for episode summaries, behind-the-scenes info, and more, go to daily8.com/CGL. Thanks for watching.